Police Public Relations Officer ACP Muyiwa Adejobi has revealed that IGP Egbetokun has summoned FCT Commissioner of Police so as to fortify the city against kidnappers. Also noted boundaries that are porous. This has made IGP to call for a joint operation in Kogi, Nasarawa State, Niger State to root out criminals. Reacting to missing private organ, Adejobi said residents should be careful before raising alarm.
We have isolated cases of kidnapping in the Federal Capital Territory. We are aware of that. You even know that at a point, one of our inspectors was attacked, brutally attacked at home, but he was gallant enough to give a fight, and they ran away, but he was injured. In fact, he was cut to the extent that he lost a lot of blood. But we were able to rescue him on time, and he was taken to the hospital. And it's in the news that the IGP personally went to visit him in hospital bed. The Commissioner of Police in charge of Federal Capital Territory has been summoned by the IGP at the time, and there was a serious meeting to see how we can fortify the Federal Capital Territory. We have noticed certain areas in FCT that are porous. We have taken note of certain boundary communities that are porous, and the IGP has taken the bull by the horn to involve the government of Nasarawa State, Kaduna State, Kogi State, and the Federal Capital Territory to have a joint meeting, possibly to have joint operations to tackle these menace of kidnapping in the Federal Capital Territory. You agree with me that the FCT is having a task force comprising all security agencies that they move around in convoy of large vehicles, and they have been effecting arrests. On a daily basis, they arrest large number of miscreants who are always profiled. For those who have no defense at all, they are charged to court. For those who we know that they have means of livelihood, and after our profiling, they have no case to answer, we always screen them and leave them. But it is important for you to know that everybody wants to live in the Federal Capital Territory. Abuja is turning to Lagos. Everybody just wants to step into the Federal Capital Territory the way we used to have in Abuja. But I think with the new leadership in the Federal Capital Territory, the minister, who is very active about it, who has been talking with the IGP, and with the effort of the IGP and other head of security agencies, is going to be a different game ball entirely. So Abuja is going to be very safe. We can only talk to our people to please don't keep quiet when you see any unusual movement or strange movement. And when you notice strange faces in your communities, talk to the police. We just need to come together to protect our lives and property and to fortify the capital territory. On the issue of missing private organs, well, the CPFCT is the one in charge. You should be able to speak better on that. But I know it's always a very difficult thing to prove. It's just a case in hundreds, because there was a time too that this matter came up in Lagos and in some other towns in Nigeria. It will just come, somebody will just come and raise an alarm that my private part is missing. And at the end of the day, you score that.
Sorry to interject, please. So are you saying in the nation's federal capital there are no verified records of such incidents?
I don't have. It's all the issues of argument and counter-argument. We cannot substantiate the fact that we have that incident in the Federal Capital Territory. Many raise alarm. In fact, now it's like a skit to me. Many will just come up. My private document is missing. My manhood is missing. My manhood is missing. But after series of tests, it's clear that nothing is missing. So I just want our people to be careful that we do not take laws into our hands. I've seen cases where they attempted to lynch some individuals or suspects. It is not good in any way. If at the end of the day you're claiming that your private part is missing, and in the next 2 hours your private part is not missing, is active, and you have lynched people, people are dead, how do you want to resuscitate them? How do you want to bring them back to life? We should allow security operatives to take charge. If you have a case like that, talk to the police. But in most cases, it is not a reality. It's just a psychological projection. People just raise alarm to cruise or to do whatever. It's becoming something rampant now, and they want to be a thing of the day that everybody just say, oh, my manhood is missing, my private part is missing. So, for me, from the record, we not actually recorded any substantive or substantial case of missing organ. Even the Federal Capital Territory CP has not. We have complaints. People have been complaining. People have been attacking people in the streets, in the communities, and what have you. But you cannot substantiate the fact that we have cases of missing manhood in the Federal Capital Territory or anywhere in Nigeria.
Right, thank you, Pierre.
You just paraded the suspect. What is the next line of action now?
Many of them are in court. If you followed my release, my statement, we have charged many of them to court. Out of 50-something suspects, we only had, I think, 13 or 14 here. They are in court already. We are not keeping them in the cell again. We don't want to violate any law, any rule. The thing is that once we have credible evidence to prosecute you, we'll take you to court.
Bemiga Olamikan, GTV Africa.